Hello students, welcome back. Myself Swati Hegde, chemistry lecturer in Alpha PU College. If you remember, in last class we have done reactions of phenol. Okay, this is continuation of that. That was completed. In this session, we are going to study some commercially important alcohols. In your laboratories, you have seen using methanol and ethanol. These two are commercially important alcohols. They have wide range of applications. Okay, first let me study methanol. Let us study methanol. M-E, methanol. It is also called as wood spirit. It is also called as wood spirit. Methanol is also called as wood spirit because in earlier days it was extracted from destructive distillation of woods. So it was also called as wood spirit. But nowadays we will prepare this by hydrogenation of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide on hydrogenation at high temperature and high pressure. Hydrogenation of carbon monoxide at high temperature and high pressure. Pressure of around 200 to 300 atmosphere and 573 to 673 Kelvin temperature in presence of oxides of zinc and chromium. In presence of oxides and zinc and chromium, hydrogenation of carbon monoxide at high temperature and high pressure will give you methanol, CH3OH. This is one of the commercial method of preparation of methanol. Methyl alcohol or methanol. Carbon monoxide is treated with hydrogen or hydrogenation of carbon monoxide at high temperature and pressure in presence of oxides of zinc and chromium. You can even use copper oxide. Copper oxide is also used here. In presence of zinc and chromium oxides will give you methanol. This is method of preparation of methanol. What is the color of this methanol? What will be its color? It is a colorless liquid. It is colorless liquid. Methanol is colorless and it is poisonous. It is also poisonous. Its boiling point is 337 Kelvin. It is a colorless liquid with boiling point of 337 and it is highly poisonous. Ingestion of this methanol in a small amount leads to blindness, and if you inject it to a large extent it may even leads to death also. So it is a colorless poisonous liquid and it boils at its boiling point is 337 Kelvin, and it is used as solvent for paints, varnishes, etc. and it is used for preparation of aldehydes also. What are the uses of methanol? It is used as a solvent for paints, varnishes, and it is used in preparation of aldehyde, formaldehyde. Okay, this is about methanol. It is also called as wood spirit because in earlier days it was extracted from destructive distillation of wood. Nowadays we will prepare this by hydrogenation of carbon monoxide at high pressure and high temperature in presence of zinc oxide and chromium oxide catalyst. In your textbooks they have only given zinc oxide and chromium oxide catalyst to give methanol. This will give you methanol. It is a colorless poisonous liquid which is used as solvent for preparation, solvents for paints, varnishes, and it is also used for preparation of formaldehyde. This is about methanol. Next is ethanol. Next is ethanol. in US and all, they will prepare ethanol by hydrolysis of alkene. But now in India, we will prepare this ethanol C2H5OH by fermentation process. Fermentation of molasses or sugar cane or fruit juices will give you ethanol. First, this sugar which is present in alcohols, sorry, not in alcohols, which is present in sugar cane or in grapes, C12H22O11, this is formula for sucrose. It is a sugar. This is converted into fructose and glucose. First, sugar which is present in grapes or fruits or molasses is converted into C6H12 plus H2O. It will be converted into C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. This is glucose. This is fructose. Sugar is converted into glucose and fructose by the enzyme invertase. In your exam, they will ask 1 mark question. How will you convert sucrose into glucose and fructose, or which enzyme will convert sucrose into glucose and fructose? The enzyme is invertase. Invertase will convert sucrose into glucose and fructose. This glucose or fructose C6H12O6 are converted into ethanol C2H5OH. This is converted into ethanol by the enzyme zymase. Zymase will convert, this may be either fructose or glucose, both will be having same molecular formula. Glucose or fructose is converted into ethanol by the reaction of, by treating them with zymase. Zymase is an enzyme which converts sugar, glucose or fructose into ethanol. Remember this enzyme also. Invertase will convert sucrose into glucose and fructose. Sucrose is a sugar, this is also sugar. It will break down sugar into smaller sugar units. This is converted into ethanol by enzyme zymase. So first, what will happen during preparation of wines and all, as grapes ripens, sweetness increases and yeast will be developed on its surface. When you crush it, yeast will come. Yeast is nothing but enzyme, which is that is zymase. Yeast will come in contact with sugar and it break down it into ethanol. This ethanol, production of this ethanol is carried in anaerobic condition in the absence of air. If you carry out this in presence of air, this ethanol will be converted into ethanoic acid. In laboratories, along with this ethanol, we will mix copper sulfate or pyridine, that makes it unfit for consumption. Okay. This process of conversion of, or this process of adding copper sulfate or pyridine to ethanol to make it unfit for consumption is called as denaturation process. Denaturation of ethanol. Okay. This is about ethanol. It is also colorless liquid and its boiling point is 351 Kelvin. It is also colorless. Its boiling point is 351 Kelvin and it is used in production of many carbon containing compounds. It is also used as solvents in paint and varnish industries. Okay. This is about ethanol. That completes your alcohols and phenols. Next, let me start ethers. What is the functional group present in ether? In the beginning of this chapter, we have discussed how to name ethers and its structures. Okay. Ethers are represented by ethers. They are represented by R, O, R dash. alkoxy alkane. Okay, RO R dash. Here R and R dash may be different or same. They may be same. First, let us study preparation of ether. First is preparation. Preparation of ether. First method of preparation is by hydrolysis of alcohol. First method of preparation is acid catalyzed, sorry, not hydrolysis, acid catalyzed dehydration. By acid catalyzed dehydration of alcohol. You have studied this method. Acid catalyzed dehydration of alcohol will give you alkene as well as ethers depending on reaction condition. First, let me take C2H5OH, or you can write it as CH3CH2OH. This is ethanol. Acid hydrolysis of this H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin temperature. Acid hydrolysis of ethanol at 443 Kelvin temperature will give you ethene, CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2O. Here also water molecule is removed, but dehydration of ethanol CH2OH in presence of acid at 413 Kelvin temperature, that is at lower temperature, will give you CH3 CH2O CH2 CH3. Here also removal of water molecule will takes place. So here you are using it, product depend on reaction condition. If the temperature is high, you will get alkene. Here it is ethene. If temperature is low, you will get diethyl ether. Here I have taken ethanol, so that is diethyl. You will get diethyl ether as product. This mechanism mainly involves 3 steps and it proceeds through SN2 mechanism. Okay, I'll rub this. First one, in the first step, CH3 CH2OH. This will react with H plus, that is protonation. First step is protonation. This is first step. First step is protonation. Here one molecule of ethanol will react with H plus. This was from H2SO4. H2SO4. This H2SO4 will dissociate to give H plus and HSO4 minus. Okay, this H plus is from acid. This will react with ethanol. This alcohol in oxygen contains lone pair of electrons, so which attacks on this proton. It will give CH3 CH2 H plus. This is protonated alcohol. You will get protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol. This is first step. In first step, ethanol. Here I have taken the example for example of ethanol. You can take any example. Okay, ethanol will react with H plus and it forms protonated alcohol. While writing the reaction, I took 2 molecules of ethanol, if you remember. Okay, so there will be another molecule of ethanol, CH3 CH2OH. This will react with protonated alcohol. This ethanol will react with protonated alcohol, CH3 CH2O H2 plus. Here this bond will become polar, and here lone pair of oxygen, they will attack on this carbon atom and this group will leave. Okay, you will get CH3 CH2O, here CH2 CH3O, sorry, H plus. This hydrogen will remain as it is and this group will leave, minus H2O. Next step is deprotonation. Here proton will be eliminated and this bond will come back. This electron will come back to oxygen. So this gives the product CH3 CH2O CH2 CH3. So this involves mainly three steps. Mechanism involves mainly 3 steps. First step is protonation. So alcohols will react with acid to form protonated alcohols. This protonated alcohols will react with one more molecule of alcohol, and in last step this hydrogen will be eliminated. One proton will be eliminated to form ether. This is diethyl ether. Okay, this is one method of preparation of ether from alcohol, acid catalyzed dehydration. So this is catalyzed by acid. By using this method, you can only prepare symmetrical ethers. If you take unsymmetrical ethers or unsymmetrical alcohols, you will get different products. If you take RO, R dash, okay, these two are different. If you consider these two, sorry, ROH plus R dash OH, here you will get the products RO, R, RO, R dash, R dash O, R dash. So you will get different products. It is difficult to separate them. So only symmetrical ethers can be prepared by this method. And you can see here, there will be no formation of carbocation. Carbocation is not formed during this mechanism. That means this is SN2 mechanism. In case of SN2 mechanism, there will be no formation of carbocations. Here directly this will attack here and this group will leave. So this follows SN2 mechanism. So in SN2 mechanism, primary alcohols will react easily compared to secondary alcohols compared to tertiary alcohols. If the tertiary alcohol is present, this cannot attack here because of steric hindrance. Steric hindrance will occur and reaction will not proceed. Okay, you will get very little amount of yield. Okay, so this is only for primary alcohols. Primary alcohols can be easily converted into ethers by this method. Next method is Williamson's ether synthesis. Next method is Williamson synthesis or Williamson ether synthesis. You can take anything. Here alkyl halide is allowed to react with sodium alkoxide, RONA. Alkyl halide is allowed to react with sodium alkoxide. So the product will be I'll take this as R dash, RO, R dash plus Na, sodium halide will be obtained. This method of preparation of ether from alkyl halide by the reaction of alkyl halide and sodium alkoxide is called Williamson's ether synthesis. Okay, I'll take example for this. First is CH3I. What is this? Methyl iodide. This will react with CH3O, Na, sodium methoxide, to give it is CH3O, CH3 plus NaI. Or even you can take CH3I plus C2H5ONa, it forms CH3O C2H5 plus NaI. So both symmetrical ethers as well as unsymmetrical ethers can be formed by using Williamson's ether synthesis. This also follows SN2 mechanism. This reaction also follows SN2 mechanism. I'll write the mechanism now. This is not in your syllabus, but if you understand this, in your CET and NEET examinations, they will ask questions based on this, okay? You have to predict the product, or you have to predict even the reactants, which one will be the reactant, okay? For this mechanism is helpful. For example, I will take CH3I. In the first step, alkoxide ion will be, you first take alkoxide ion, C2H5O Na. This will form C2H5O minus and Na plus, okay. I'll rub this Na plus. This will react with CH3I. This will react with methyl iodide. What will happen? This will go here and this will go with sodium. Here Na plus ion will be present. That Na plus ion will take this iodine I minus ion. So you will get CH2H5. Transition state will be attained. CH3 OCH3I. In next step, minus I. That means this will be eliminated and bond formation between oxygen and this carbon will take place. C2H5OCH3 and NaX will be, NaI will be obtained here. This is also SN2 mechanism. Here also there is no formation of carbocation and this nucleophile will attack from behind this reactant, okay. Inversion of configuration will takes place. This is also SN2 mechanism. If you take aryl OCH, this is example for, and this is anisole. Its name is anisole. If you want to prepare this, how will you take this? What will be the reactants? If you want to prepare anisole, I will give you the product. This is anisole OCH3, and in your exams they will give the options like this: O minus, Na plus and CH3I, and other option will be like this: OI plus CH3O minus Na plus. So which one is the right answer among this? Yes, this is the right answer, because this can attack here, okay, but this bond will not break. This bond, this cannot, it is I, this cannot come and attack here, because of steric hindrance will also occur and this bond will not break easily, okay. So this will, most of the cases, this will be the product. O phenols will be present in the form of sodium phenoxide. Sodium phenoxide will attack on this, okay, alkyl halide. You cannot take phenyl halides, like this, OI, okay. This is about preparation from Williamson's ether synthesis. And if you take this one, CH3C, CH3 O CH3, here tertiary carbocation is present, tertiary carbon atom is present. How will you prepare this? This can be prepared by the reaction of CH3 CH3 O minus Na plus CH3I. Here you cannot take tertiary butyl halide. That is because if you take it like this, I and CH3 O minus Na plus, this should attack on backside of this. but here bulkier groups will be present. This cannot attack from back side. So this reaction is impossible. So only this is possible. Na minus, this will attack here and iodine here will leave. Any halogen you can take, okay. I have taken example for iodine, example of iodine. So it will attack here and iodine will leave. Only tertiary butyl alkoxide can be taken. You cannot take tertiary butyl halides, okay. This is reaction. In your examinations they will give this and options will be like this, O minus, Na plus or OI. It's not OI, I here. So you have to choose the correct answer. If tertiary butyl halide is present, reaction will not proceed because of steric hindrance, okay. Primary, always your halide should be of primary. Rx should be of primary. Primary carbon atom should be present as halide. Alkoxide may be any primary, secondary and tertiary carbon atoms. Anything is okay for alkoxide. RONA. So here you can take even primary carbon atom or secondary carbon atom or tertiary carbon atom. This will not influence the reaction because this is going to attack on this carbon atom. So there should not be steric hindrance around this, okay. This is about Williamson's ether synthesis. In this you are going to treat alkyl halide with sodium alkoxide and you will get ether. This also follows SN2 mechanism. So that completes preparation synthesis of ethers. In next class let us study chemical and physical properties of ethers. Thank you.